Hello, and welcome to the Sweet Southern Sports Podcast, where we talk about SEC sports. Today, I'll be looking at the SEC Football Week 4 preview. So, first, let's look at what happened last week, top five takeaways. So, first off, Tennessee was so close to breaking the streak, their losing streak against Georgia. They hadn't won since 2016 in that game. They lost 41 to 44 in a heartbreaker. Um, they were so close. So the game went to overtime, and Georgia ended up winning. But when it comes to the game, again, Tennessee had the game in hand. They had control of the clock. They got the ball where they wanted it. They set up their kicker, and he missed the game-winning field goal in regulation. So it was just a tough loss for Tennessee, but this also is a good sign for Tennessee because they looked really good against Georgia, and that's a top-level competition. You gotta watch out for them being a playoff team for sure. Next was Mike Elko and Texas A&M got a huge resume strengthening win against Notre Dame, winning by one at Notre Dame. Again, Mike Elko's team looks super good, but the weird thing about it is they're all about running the football typically with his teams, but they were throwing the ball quite a bit. Also, Weeds looked amazing out there. So watch out for Texas A&M. Um, as their schedule, it's tough, but it's not crazy this year. So watch out for them as well. Third takeaway was LSU and Florida fans. I feel like both of them walked away feeling less comfortable than when they went in. LSU won 20-10, but DJ Lagway threw five picks. It felt like it left the energy of LSU feeling like, wow, with Florida playing that bad with five interceptions like that, we should have won by more. And then Florida just trying to figure out how they went from having a projected top quarterback in the SEC to having him throw five interceptions on the road like that. So I think both of those teams are a little bit shaky and not knowing kind of what the future holds. LSU plays an easy game next week, and then they play at Ole Miss, and then Florida plays at Miami, gets a bye week, and then has Texas A&M, or sorry, Texas at home. So again, tough schedules coming up ahead for them. Next is Vandy over South Carolina. So Vandy got the win over South Carolina. It was big. It was like 31-7, I believe, is the final score at South Carolina. That game was crazy. Pavia looked really good. Sellers did go down, but it was at a point where they looked like they were going to win the game if he went down or not. Like Vandy looked really good. So the Pavia hype is there. Let's see what Vanderbilt can do for the rest of this year. And the fifth. Now, I think a lot of people missed this game because it was just covered up with so many other big games at the time. But Ole Miss, the backup QB, Chambliss, had no issues still beating Arkansas 41-35. It was a crazy game. Arkansas is actually pretty good. Their quarterback, Green, has been exceptional, but they got a win with their backup quarterback. So watch out for Ole Miss being pretty tough. Again, they have LSU looming pretty quickly, so we'll see how that goes. All right, let's get into the games for this week. Excuse me. All right, so the first one, 12 p.m. ABC. You have Arkansas versus Memphis. Arkansas opens as a 7.5 point favorite. I do think Arkansas wins this game. Uh, Green has been crazy at the quarterback position for them. With those 11 touchdowns, two interceptions this year, and then he's been on the ground too, getting 307 yards and two touchdowns, leading the team. So when it comes to it, I just think they're just playing so well. It's still been a tough start to the year for this Arkansas team, but I think they're really good. Next, at 12:45, we have Tennessee playing UAB. I do think Tennessee wins big. They're a 40.5 point favorite. Um, I do think they probably, I want to say they cover the spread here. I think they're going to kind of take some of that anger out on that close Georgia loss and be very focused in this game and win big. Next at 3:30, this is like one of the biggest games of the day. You have Auburn going to Oklahoma. So this is the return of Jackson Arnold, who was the quarterback last year for Oklahoma. Excuse me. But had left and now is the quarterback for Auburn. So he brings his team in against John Mateer in his offense. I think Oklahoma is going to win this game. They only open as a 6.5 point favorite at the time of this video, but I think Oklahoma's big time this year. I think their defense is going to step up for sure in this game. I would not be surprised if they cover the spread. Auburn has some really good weapons on the outside, but I just think with Mateer and his ability to control the game, I think they win here. At 3:30, Tulane visits Ole Miss. I do think Ole Miss wins this game. They should have their quarterback back, I believe. They open as a 11.5 point favorite, but even if they have their backup, I think they'll be fine. I think Lane Kiffin will be able to handle this game. Next, at 4:15, you have Northern Illinois going to Mississippi State. I think Mississippi State gets another big win here, going now 4-0 to open the year, which is huge for this team. So again, fantastic job at Mississippi State, doing so good with that win over Arizona State earlier as well. So again, things are looking super good for the Bulldogs there. At 7 o'clock, I think this would have been a little bit of a better game if Sellers healthy. We'll have to see how he is going into this. But South Carolina at Missouri. Missouri's been a really, really good team in the SEC. Their quarterback transfer from Penn State has been exceptional. They open as a 13.5 point favorite. I think they do win this game, especially being at home. But watch out for Missouri. They seem like they're heating up a good bit. Next game at 7:30 p.m. on ABC. Miami opens as a 7.5 point favorite against Florida. Florida will be at Miami. This is one of those tough games um, as a fan from Florida. Again, when it comes to it, Miami is just better at all the spots. It just comes down to it being a rivalry game. But I think Miami's going to beat them pretty good, especially if DJ Lagway makes so many mistakes. I do have Miami winning here. At 7:30, we have Georgia State going to Vandy. I think Vandy handles them and goes 4-0 to start the year. Crazy for for the Vanderbilt Commodores. And then at 7:45, you have Southeast Louisiana getting destroyed by LSU. Not even a line for LSU will win by a lot. Don't need to talk much about that. And then same thing here. Sam Houston comes to Texas. Arch Manning's been struggling. Hopefully he comes out and makes some big plays early so he can get as much rest as possible. As Texas had that really tough Ohio State game, and then it's just kind of coasting all the way until they go to the swamp with bye weeks and everything like that. So hopefully again they can come out of this game healthy and ready to go. So after their bye week, they can be ready to go to the swamp. So I have Texas winning this one. So that's all for this week. Again, make sure that you check out my videos. Again, we dropped every Wednesday or Tuesday or so, just sometime in the middle of the week, to see what my predictions are. But again, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, excuse me, and have a good one.